Okay, hey guys, this is Adri Theron, guys, and I have another Otome video for you. And today we're talking about Charade Maniacs again, as I'm working through this very, very long game. There's so many routes, guys, and I get distracted. But I finished Ebana's route. Okay, so let's talk about Ebana. Keito Ebana, which, like, say Ebana. Ebana. Um, Which I'm kind of like the guys, like, I know they have like their first names, but we call them by their last names the entire time. So I'm like, it feels weird to say the first names. I'm like, is that their name? Am I sure? Am I saying it wrong? Do I got the wrong name? I'm pretty sure I got it right. So, but we're just going to call him Abana because that's what you call him throughout the entire game. So why are we going to change it? We're not going to change it. Um, so, um, Ebana is on the cooking team. He is the second route that starts out as unlocked on the cooking team. So, and he's also like the last, I guess, fully unlocked route that is just unlocked when you start the game. So the last three routes I have after this are the routes from each team that were you had to play at least like someone from the information team, the cooking team, and the cleaning team to unlock their routes. So I'm assuming there is going to be like spoilers and questions answered in those routes because I've played through the open six guys and I still have lots of questions about what is going on, and usually the routes don't really answer questions, or if they answer questions they're like, here's an answer to your question and here are five more questions. So I'm excited to get those routes started. Now about Abana's route. How is Obana? He is a Ibana. How is he? He's a jerk. Do you like it when boys are mean to you? If you like it when men are mean to you, you will probably enjoy this route. I don't know if that's most people. I don't know. It's a trope for a reason, right? It's a stereotype in Otome games for a reason of when the guy is mean to you and he's a jerk, but he secretly loves you. That is Abana. Now, to be fair, Abana has a lot more depth than that, right? It's not super overly stereotypy and tropey. Abana hates women. Straight up, he hates women. And you do find out why in this route. And I was like, oh, when I found out why, I was like, I was not expecting that. I was like, oh shit, man. Like, oh, I don't blame you. So I do feel like, he very much hates women. I mean, you're the only girl there. You're the only woman there, right? So he's like, don't touch me. Stay away from me. But he's still like, you guys are on the cooking team together. So he's still like, kind of cordial. I don't know. He kind of like snaps at you a lot and kind of barks at you. But he's kind of like a cat. Abana reminds me of a kitty cat where he's like, don't touch me. And he's like, hiss, boo, hiss. And like scratches you. And he's like, da, 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 da. And then eventually like he falls in love with you. And eventually he comes and cuddles up to you. That's what he reminds me of. So if you like kitty cats, maybe you'll like Abana. Now there's definitely some moments where I just want to kind of like shake him and be like, ah, you're annoying. So this trope is not necessarily my favorite of games. I just like the crazy guys like Toma from Amnesia and Futami. Futami is still my favorite of this game so far. Maybe I should be worried about my sanity a little bit because I should not like Futami. Futami has lots of red flags. So Abana is not crazy like Futami at all. He's prickly. He's like a porcupine. He's prickly. He's like a cat that has to warm up to you. So he's a very good cook, and you find out more about why he's such a good cook. And it's very much like his hobby. Like he makes cupcakes, he makes cookies, and you guys don't really need to cook in this world, right? Like you can just go to like the little butler robot thing, and I forgot what it's called, but the little robot thing, you'd be like, hey, summon me food, and you could summon food that way. You guys don't actually really need to cook, but Bana likes to cook. So it's his hobby. So he cooks for everyone, even though he's kind of a jerk to everyone. He definitely has some secrets that he's hiding. Not as big as some of the others. Hopefully you've played some of the other routes by this point. So I'm not going to super spoilers at all. But he has a couple of kind of secrets that's going on. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone, as if for Tomose, has like secrets. I feel like Tomose is kind of just there because he's your childhood friend, and to fit the childhood friend trope, he doesn't really like. There's no like big secret that really comes out during his route, other than like he's in love with you, which is actually way more obvious than the MC lets on. Um, so like all the other routes so far, like the guys kind of have secrets and reason why they're there. Um, and you may have figured out, depending on what route um, you've played before Ebana's route, if you play one before him, you may actually find out his secret in one of the other routes. Now, to be fair, I'm not smart. I didn't connect the dots when I was playing through that other route. I was just like, oh, that's weird. What the? But now that I played his route, I was like, oh, that's why that happened in that route. So if you're like me, you may miss it. So you'll either figure out his secret before you get to his route, or you potentially miss it, or if you play him first, whatever. So, but he's kind of like obviously like not the most loving romantic route because he's kind of a jerk to you most of it. Like not like not abusive, but he's just like I don't like women, but I don't like you. But secretly he's like and like everyone else picks up on it before him. Everyone's like, are you sure? Are you sure you don't like all women? We think you like her. And they kind of tease him about it, and it's kind of fun. Um, and of course, you have like Iochi and Hyrie are on the cooking team with you guys. So you see a little bit more interaction from him. You get to see Iochi do his manipulation thing a little bit, his sneaky thing. You get to see that a little bit going on in his route. So yeah, I kind of like, I feel like I noticed Iochi's little like secretive manipulation more because I played his route before this one. So, but, oops. Gonna actually move the buttons on the Switch so it doesn't go dark. So yeah, it is a route. It has one end, just like all the others. I think potentially when I get to the locked routes, those are gonna have multiple endings, but I'm not sure about that. I may be wrong. So one route, there is a guide. There'll be a guide in the description too of what choices to pick. Though granted, like most of them are fairly obvious. So, and then of course, always recommend if you're not using a guide, save scum. Save, make your choice. If it's the wrong one, go back. So, anything else I want to say about Ebana? I like his CGs. He's kind of a little jerk. He's kind of a little jerk, a little lovable jerk. But I'll be honest, if it was me in real life, would I put up with him? No, I wouldn't have. He kind of irritated me, so he's not my favorite. I just don't like jerks. I don't like mean people. Granted, I like the crazy guys who fake it, so fake being nice. So I probably don't have the best judgment when it comes to that. But yeah, Ebana has secret, and he's not really super great at hiding them. But the main character is not super great at finding them either, which is kind of funny. And she also like never brings things up, and since he's kind of like, I really don't like you that much. She's like, it's really hard to bring things up with him. So like some of the other guys, it's kind of like you find something out, go ask them, hey. And you do really see the MC struggle to ask Ebana anything because he's kind of just a jerk all the time. So it kind of makes me feel bad for her. And but by the end of it, he's super sweet. Has a slightly different ending. Like so far, all of like the 6 guys I've played have kind of have different variations of the ending of whether they escape or not. So he had another variation of it. None of them have like the exact same thing. So that was kind of nice. But once he finally like admits his feelings and really opens up, he's kind of a teddy bear. So again, he's very much a cat that's like hiss stay away from me, and then you kind of just sit near it and get it used to your presence, and eventually it kind of warms up to you, and the cat eventually is like, okay, I'll let you pet me. And you're like, yes, I have won the cat over. That is exactly what Ebana reminds me of. Okay, short vid. You know, there's just like short little videos for me to gush over the guys after I've played their routes while they're still in my memory bank, and not yeeted from the memory bank yet. So that's it for this video. I'll talk about it more. I'll talk about them more in the overall vid, just talking about Charade Maniacs as a whole. So, did I like this route? I mean, overall, I'm liking the game okay. Is it the most amazing thing I've played? No, it's not the most amazing romance game I've played. It's enjoyable enough, but it's not going to rank. If I was to make like a Otome tier list, Charade Maniacs so far is not going to go like super duper high on the list. Maybe I should do that at some point. Go through the Otome games I've played and put them on a tier list. Problem is, like, half the ones I played were like years ago and I don't remember them. Yeah, so that might not work. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and have a great rest of your day, and bye-bye.